Hello everybody, welcome to Forbidden God channel. Here your favorite host Gblade514 from Twitch. Today we're going to talk about 5 low investment deck between $75 not more than $500 that I discovered on top player of last regular ranking weekend tournament. So if you like the video, don't forget to add a supportive thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of upcoming video release. So now, just to let you know, let's see and talk about the 5 low investment deck between $75 and $500 I discovered on March 27, 2023 of the top best player of the last regular weekend ranking tournament. Here, the low investment number 5, question mark, question mark, question mark. Unknown player. Ranked player number 2. That player I've won 15 match on last weekend tournament, so it's not that bad. The most played deck, like you can see, is Aggro War. 90 win, 63 lose, 58.8% of win rate. The cost of the deck is $76.76 USD, so it's not that high for a low investment deck. So let's see what we have inside of the deck. Battle Bard, Creature, 1/2, cost 1 mana. When enter the battlefield, give +2 strength to a friendly Viking. That's a Viking deck. That's awesome. That battle bard is also a popular card in a lot of Viking deck because it's come from the core set, like you can see. The cost of the card is 43 cent USD in Ethereum token. Not bad. Next card, Skulkin Valkyrie. Creature, 1/3, cost 1 mana. After this creature take damage, a random friendly creature gain 1 strength. That Viking is very interesting to have because when you receive damage, you boost a strength of +1 to any of creature, included itself. That Skulking Valkyrie costs $1.34 USD in Ethereum token. Tavern Brawler. Creature, 2/3, costs 2 mana. Blitz can attack an enemy creature right away. So that is also a core set card. So that means you can have it for free and grind in the game and play it the time you have it. But you can buy it for a low price, $11 USD in Ethereum token. Valcast Captain. Creature, 3/2, costs 2 mana. When into the battlefield, you equip 1 attack, 1 durability barbed hook. If you're frenzy, give that relic +1 strength. That card is a good combination with Power of Slayer, because when you pay 2 mana, you deal 2 damage to your opponent god. Or you attack with a creature you have already on the board, the enemy god, before putting Volcast Captain. So the first damage done at the enemy god at your turn, you become Frenzy. Now you can play Volcast Captain and have a 2 attack, 1 durability Barbed Hook. The cost of that epic rarity card is $2.65 USD in Ethereum token. So it's not that bad as well, but it's a bit expensive. Warmonger Smith. Creature. 2/4. Cost 2 mana. When enter the battlefield, give your relic +1 strength for its next attack. That is a very popular card, including Valkas Captain and Tavern Brawler for inside a Viking deck. It's very popular and powerful, all those cards, because it's costing not too much money for a Viking deck. But Warmonger Smith is not a Viking, but the most interesting fact with that card is give 1 strength to a relic, and also that card is a core card. So that means you can have it for free. You just need to grind in the game and grind each level is an epic card, so each level, each fifth level, so is each five level you gain an epic card. The price of the card is 64 cent USD in Ethereum token, so it's not that expensive. Woodcutter Imp, creature, 3/3, cost 2 mana, God Blitz, can attack the enemy creature or an enemy god right away. After this creature attack, your god take damage equal to the damage dealt. Woodcutter Imp is the most popular card inside the Winter Wonderland extension set. The cost of the card is $4.29 USD in Ethereum token. It start to increase. Is really interesting to have because Woodcutter Imp is very popular in a lot of deck of war. Blade of Sticks, Relic, 3 attack, 2 durability, cost 3 mana, God Blitz, can attack the enemy god or an enemy creature immediately. That card included in the core set as well, so that means you can grind the game and have it for free. That's a common, so you can have it in each level with a pack is a rare pack or any pack you gain. The price of the card is 11 cent in USD in Ethereum token. The first legendary inside the deck, Commander Pyros, creature, 3/3, cost 3 mana. After a friendly creature survives the mage, give it +1/+1. Commander Pyro is a good legendary to have because when you have the power and rage, you deal 1 damage and gain 1 strength. You survive the damage, you gain another +1/+1. That is very interesting and powerful combination. And what is interesting also is that legendaries start to increase in price. So at the moment is $9.03 USD in Ethereum token. So that's not expensive too much at the moment. So I'd suggest you to grab it as soon as possible. Audi Volcast Erode. Creature. 3/2. Cost 3 mana. Protected. So the first damage done on that creature is revoked. The second legendary inside the deck. After this creature attack your opponent god, reduce by 1 the cost of a random highest mana cost creature in your hand. That OD Valkas Able is the most popular card in a lot of war deck as well. Like you can see, that card is really expensive. $13.41 USD in Ethereum token. And like you can see now, 22 is in diamond, 193 is in gold. So we don't have a lot on the market. So you just imagine how it's expensive. Raid Revealer, creature, 3/2, cost 3 mana, protected. The first damage done on that creature is revoked. The first interesting part of that card. This is a core set, so you can have it for free, but this is a welcome card, so it's really interesting. The price of the card is 21 cent USD in Ethereum token. Another round. Spell. Cost 4 mana. Give a friendly creature +3/+3, and at the end of your turn, if you're frenzy, give a random creature in your hand +1/+1. So that another round is very powerful because when you have example Thunder Caller, you boost your Thunder Caller of +3/+3. You make your Thunder Caller attack the enemy god. At the end of the turn, Thundercaller boosts itself of +1/+1, but because you're frenzy as well, you gain +1/+1 to one of your creature in your hand. The most interesting fact is if you have only one creature in your hand, you can boost it +1/+1. The next turn, if you draw another creature, you can put that creature you just drawn and keep the same creature in your hand to reboost it another time +1/+1. That another round is not that expensive to have, but is really interesting and useful in a lot of war deck. The cost of the card is 57 cent USD in Ethereum token, And like you can see, it's very popular in a lot of war deck for myself because you boost a creature and you also gain a chance to boost a creature in your hand. Cunning Challenger. Creature. 4/4. Cost 4 mana. Tempt Fate. So you select between one ability, you sure you keep it, or you do a gambling. You sacrifice the first ability and you try to have a second one. If you succeed the gambling, you have the two ability. If you fail the gambling, you lost the two ability. But the most interesting fact with Cunning Challenger is at the start of your turn, you tempt fate again. That Cunning Challenger for myself is my little favorite card because you tempt fate every time you start your turn. So it's become like a target from the enemy creature, the enemy god. So the enemy god want to kill it as fast as possible. And what I like it is because when you become overkill or maybe twin strike or gain 1L or Iden is very useful. The price of the card is 11 cent USD in Ethereum token, so it's not that bad for a card that can give you 10 fate and having fun. White Fur Guard, creature, 5/4, cost 4 mana, frontline. The enemy god needs to attack the frontline first before attacking any other of your creature or your own god. Empower 1. When you click at the top right corner of the card and you pay 1 mana more, this creature gain protected. That means the first damage done on that creature is revoked. White Fur Guard is a very popular card in a lot of war deck because it's a front line that costs 4 mana, but also can have protected for 5 mana, and is very interesting because you have a high strength. The cost of the card is only 20 cent USD in Ethereum token, so it's very interesting to have it as well. Slate Master Valka, creature, 6/5, costs 5 mana. Second Winter Wonderland inside the deck. That's the second favorite card of Winter Wonderland for myself, and I think from other player at the moment because Slade Master Vodka and Woodcutter Imp is those two Winter Wonderland I see a lot of time now since like 1 or 2 weeks ago. So Slade Master Vodka is the number third legendary inside the deck and also my favorite legendary inside of Winter Wonderland. That creature is also overkill. That means the overdamage is randomly split around all other creature or enemy god. But the interesting fact as well is if you have one card or less in your hand, you gain Blitz. That means you can attack an enemy creature right away. So if you're lucky, can give the damage to the enemy god and you get Frenzy. That card is the most expensive card inside the deck, $29.74 USD in Ethereum token. Is very uh, quality, low quantity of the card, like you can see, but is really my popular card. Leviathan Hunter, creature, 2/1, costs 1 mana. When enter the battlefield, you equip a 1 attack, 1 durability barbed hook. If you control another Viking, you equip a 1 attack, 2 durability barbed hook instead. So that Leviathan Hunter is popular in a lot of war deck because that Leviathan Hunter can be in combination with Corner Sweep because you play for 6 mana to wipe the board. So Leviathan Hunter is the most neutral card used in war deck. So that's why I'm not surprised the cost of the card is a common, so that's why it's really expensive for a common as well, just to let you know. The price of the card is $3.82, and this is in Genesis set. In the Neutral card side. Second card. Vanguard Axewoman. Creature. 2/2. Costs 1 mana. When enter the battlefield, can attack an enemy creature immediately because of Blitz. The interesting fact is this card is in a welcome extension, so in that case you can have it for free when you play God Unchained. The price of the card is 13 cent USD Ethereum, so it's not bad as well. The third and the last neutral card inside of the deck, Feral Shapeshifter, creature, 4/4, costs 4 mana, item for only one turn. If is hidden, the enemy god cannot attack it or target it by spell or ability, only by random enemy creature spell or the strongest enemy creature spell, or the weakest maybe. When enter the battlefield, deal 1 damage to an enemy creature. So you select a creature and can you deal 1 damage to it. Is also a popular card in a lot of different deck I see this year. So Feral Shapeshifter I think is really interesting to have. What I can tell you, you can grind it in the game because you can have it for free because it's in the core set. The price of the card is $34 USD in Ethereum. So now the creator have 153 match, 58.8 percentage of win rate, and the overall is 204 match, 56.4 percentage of win rate. So like you can see, that low investment deck, I can put it inside of the budget deck, but because it's over $75, I put it inside of the low investment deck. So that's why I put it really interesting in the number 5 because it's a low cost deck. Now let's talk about the low investment deck number 4. Low investment number 4, created by Ice Scorpion 8, ranked player number 3. That player have most play with Aggro War, 68 win, 41 lose, 62.4 percentage of win rate. The cost of the deck is $351.12 USD. So now let's see what we have inside of that beautiful and powerful deck. Savage Strike. Spell. Cost 1 mana. Deal 1 damage to each creature, or if you click on the top right corner of the card and pay 2 more mana, then you deal 2 damage to an enemy creature. So you can deal 3 damage with 3 mana and 1 damage to all of them, all of their creature. That Savage Strike is very popular in a lot of war deck that was budget deck, top plus player, or low investment. The cost of the card, like you can see, is not that high. It's 9 cent USD in Ethereum token, so it's very good. And it's from Mortal Judgment. Skulking Valkyrie. Creature. 1/3. Cost 1 mana. After this creature take damage, a random friendly creature gain 1 strength. That creature Viking is very popular in a lot of war deck for Viking deck, but can be a good for any other deck because it's not boosting only Viking, it's boosting any creature on the board on your side. So it can be itself as well. So that's why Skulking Valkyrie become very popular and useful, and the price has increased since last time. So $1.35 USD in Ethereum token. Master Tactician. Creature. 2/2. Cost 2 mana. Protected. The first damage done on that creature is revoked. When it enters the battlefield, all other friendly creatures gain flank until end of turn. That Master Tactician is very powerful because if you have a front line in front of you, you put it on the field. All other creatures become flank. One creature needs to attack the front line, and all other flank can overpass the front line and attack the enemy god right away. So Master Tactician can be really useful to kill the enemy god faster when you have front line in front of you. The price of the card is really very expensive for a rare card. This is came from Genesis extension pack. So this is the price $15.13 USD in Ethereum token. So that's really expensive for a rare card, but this is useful and I think is interesting to have. Tavern Brawler, creature, 2/3, costs 2 mana. Blitz can attack an enemy creature right away. That Tavern Brawler is really popular in a lot of war deck and it's also in a card set, so you can have it for free and grind in every level because this is a common, so you can have it in each rare pack or any pack. The price of the card is 11 cent USD in Ethereum, so it's not that high price as well. So now let's see the other card. Warmonger Smith, creature, 2/4, costs 2 mana. When enter the battlefield, give your relic +1 strength for its next attack. That is useful because if you already have a relic on the field, you put it on the field, the Warmonger Smith, you boost the strength of the relic, and you attack the enemy god with 1 strength more. This Warmonger Smith is also a card set, but is epic. So you need to grind your level 5 each 5 level to grind your epic card or legendary pack. You can be lucky in those pack. But the price of the card is not that high as well, but a little bit expensive for more than $1, maybe near the $1 is 65 cent USD in Ethereum token. Wolf Cult Vanguard. Creature. 3/1. Costs 2 mana. Blitz can attack an enemy creature immediately. Empire 2. When you click at the top right corner of the card and pay 2 more mana, you give it Twin Strike, so can attack 2 different creatures or 2 times the same creature, and also you give it +2 health. So for 4 mana, you have a 3/3 Blitz Twin Strike. Very useful and powerful. The price of the card is 16 cent USD in Ethereum token and is very useful and popular in a lot of war deck as well. Woodcutter Imp, first Winter Wonderland inside the deck. Creature, 3/3, costs 2 mana. God Blitz, can attack the enemy god immediately or an enemy creature immediately. After this creature attack, your god take damage equal to the damage dealt. That's funny because you receive damage, but that you don't care because it have God Blade, so can attack the enemy god immediately for 2 mana cost and deal 3 damage, so it's really useful and powerful. Woodcutter Imp is the most popular card inside of Winter Wonderland extension card. And Woodcutter Imp is very popular in a lot of deck of war deck now recently. Can be top, can be low investment, and can be budget deck sometime. But it's really the most expensive card because for a rare card, this one costs $4.19 is really interesting. It, so now let's see the next card. Blade of Six, Relic, 3 attack, 2 durability, cost 3 mana. God Blitz, can attack the enemy god immediately or can attack an enemy creature when put on the battlefield. This Blade of Six is also a core set, so you can have it for free when you grind it and play in the game of God Unchained with every level pack because it's a common pack, a common card. The price of this card is 14 cent USD in Ethereum token. So just to let you know, all the card set card I verify is really low cost money. Creature 3/2 costs 3 mana. The first legendary inside the deck. OD Valkas Errol. Protected. So the first damage done on that creature is revoked. After this creature attack your opponent god, you reduce by 1 the cost of a random highest mana cost creature in your hand. OD Valkas Aerol is very popular in a lot of war deck because you reduce the cost of your highest mana cost creature in your end by 1. So it's very powerful and useful because when you have a 5 mana become 4 mana, you can play it faster. The price of that legendary card is $12.99 USD in Ethereum token. So I'm surprised it's not that expensive at the moment, but this is come from the order light. Thunder Caller. My favorite card for Frenzy deck. Why? Because it's a creature 3/3 that costs only 3 mana. But at the end of your turn, if you're Frenzy, you give +1/+1 to your strongest Viking. Can be itself or any Viking you have on the field. Why I love that Thunder Caller? Because you just need to be frenzy. So it's really a good combination with the Power Slayer because when they have put a lot of front line, most of the time you cannot deal damage to the enemy god else. So with Slayer, you deal 2 damage to the opponent god with 2 mana only, and you become frenzy with the first damage done at the enemy god. So that's why I love Thunder Caller. It's really a good card to have because when you're frenzy, it boosts the strongest Viking. So it's very good in the Viking deck, but also good in any other card deck, in any other war deck for myself because it can boost itself. The price of that card is not that expensive for an epic card. It's $1.17 USD in Ethereum token. So that's why I'm happy it's not that costly. It's really useful as well. Another round. Spell. Cost 4 mana. Give a friendly creature +3/+3. And at the end of your turn, if you're frenzy, give a random creature in your hand +1/+1. That powerful spell is my favorite spell in a lot of war deck because for 4 mana you boost a creature of +3/+3, but when you're frenzy, so when you have dealt the first damage to the enemy god, you boost a creature in your hand of +1/+1 as well. So another round is my favorite card to boost creature on the field and in your hand. And what I love is the price is not that high. It's just 63 cent USD Ethereum to have a card to boost your creature. Cunning Challenger. Creature. 4/4. Cost 4 mana. Tempt Fate. You select to have the first ability only, or you gamble to have a second one. And if you win the gamble, you have both ability, but if you lose the gamble, you lose the both ability. Cunning Challenger is also my favorite Viking because at the start of your turn you tempt fate all the time. So Cunning Challenger become a target for your opponent and he will try to kill it faster. The price of that common is not that high, it's really low cost, 9 cent USD and Ethereum token. So that's why it's really interesting to have as so. It's really funny. Sight of the Harvest. Relic. 4 attack, 2 durability. Cost 4 mana. God Blitz. Can attack the enemy god immediately on an enemy creature. When enter the battlefield, give 1 strength to a random friendly creature. So Sight of the Harvest is a very powerful relic because you have 4 attack but also cost 4 mana but I've got Blitz but also give 1 strength to random friendly creature. So you have so many stuff on it that is powerful and the price of that card is the most expensive card I think so for the moment in this deck because $50.52 for our epic card is impressive. So if you have that card to forge, go ahead, forge it and try to sell it. You will gain profit. White Fur Guard, creature, 5/4, cost 4 mana. Frontline. The enemy god needs to attack the frontline first before attacking any other of your creature or your own god. Empower 1 when you click at the top right corner of the card and pay 1 more mana. This creature gain protected. That means the first damage done on that creature is revoked. The price of the card is 20 cent USD in Ethereum tokens. That's not bad. And White Free card is really popular inside of a lot of war deck because for 5 mana, for frontline that have 5 strength and also protects it, so deal a lot of damage and also protect you, so it's good. The second legendary inside of the deck. My favorite card of Winter Wonderland extension card is Slate Master Valka, the creature 6/5 that costs 5 mana, overkill. So that's mean the over damage is done is randomly split to all other enemy creature or enemy god. When enter the battlefield, if you have one or less card in your hand, you gain Blitz. That's mean you can attack an enemy creature immediately, and with the over damage, you can deal the damage to the enemy god and become frenzy and Thundercaller boost itself. Slade Master Valka is really costly a little costly, less than the other card previously. Is $27.26 USD in Ethereum token, but for my head, I think this card can increase in price for sure. Soul Survivor spell costs 6 mana. Give +3 strength to one of your creatures, then deal its strength as damage to each other creature. Soul Survivor, when you have one creature remaining on the field on your side and the enemy have a lot of creature, you do Soul Survivor and you wipe the board and you just boost the strength of a creature of +3, but also deal that strength as damage to all other creature. That's mean you wipe the enemy board and you make sure you attack the enemy god. The price of the card is $1.90 USD. I'm a little bit surprised that not expensive because it's true. Soul Survivor is a bit hard to play because it costs 6 mana, but it's very interesting to have. In the neutral side card, we have Leviathan Hunter, the popular card that gives you a relic when enter the battlefield, because it's a creature 2/1 that costs 1 mana, and when enter the battlefield you equip a 1 attack, 1 durability barbed hook. And if you control another Viking, equip a 1 attack, 2 durability barbed hook instead. That Leviathan Hunter is really the most popular card used in all war deck I see this year because Leviathan Hunter is a good combination with Carnage Sweep as well because for 6 mana you wipe the board. The price of the card is very costly. For a common is very expensive. $3.91 USD in Ethereum token. So that is really a useful card to have. Vanguard Axewoman, creature, 2/2, costs 1 mana. Blitz, can attack an enemy creature immediately when summoned on the battlefield. Price of the card is 13 cent USD in Ethereum. It's also a welcome card, so you can have it for free. So that's really awesome. Martyr of White Plain, creature, 2/2, costs 3 mana. Frontline. The enemy god needs to attack the frontline first before attacking any other of your creature or your own god. While this creature is in your void, after a friendly creature die, pull it to your hand and summon this creature with Solas. That's mere Martyr of White Plain. Protect yourself and a creature. The Martian White Plane die. Your second creature, friendly creature that's die. This one, the friendly creature return to your end. Martian White Plane go to the board, and you have Soulless. That means next time Martian White Plane die, remove from the game. So Martia of White Plane is really a powerful card and useful card. And this is a popular card in the neutral card side I see this year. Is really play a lot of time because the front line return a creature in your hand and also return a creature from the void in your field, and the return net creature is a front line. So you just protect yourself so many times with that is really good because you can change the game. But the only thing I need to tell you for the low investment player, that card is the most expensive card because by itself it costs $205.49 USD in Ethereum. So it's the most expensive card in this deck. The last card is Feral Shapeshifter, creature, 4/4, cost 4 mana, item for 1 turn. That's mean for 1 turn cannot be targeted by spell, ability, or attack it. When enter the battlefield, you deal 1 damage to an enemy creature you select. That card is a core set card, so you can grind the deck and have it for free in rare pack, so in each level. Or you can buy it. The price of the core set is always low cost, but that one is a bit expensive. It's 31 cent USD in Ethereum token. So the power of the deck is Slayer, like you have seen. So in this deck is very powerful. You cast is an aggro war. So in case 7, 9, 5 card in the 1, 2, 3 mana and 4 mana, 5, 6 mana, you have just one card in those particular mana costs. So in a case you need to be careful to have a lot of big creatures. So another round can help you to boost your creature to defend yourself. You have a lot of cards that I found very powerful to boost creature as well, like Skull King Valkyrie, or you can defend yourself with Blade of Six, Thunder Caller. So it is good. The creator have 109 match, 62.4 percentage of win rates. The overall is 166 match, and it is 57.8 percentage of win rate. So for the low investment deck number 4, that is not bad. So now let's see the low investment deck number 3. Low investment deck number 3, created by Mapo 2000. That player was ranked player number 2 on the last weekend tournament of God Unchained. Like you can see, that player have most played deck Aggro Deception, 97 win, 56 lose, 63.4 percentage of win rate. Like you can see, the cost of the deck is not that high. It's $284.62 USD. Now, let's see what we have in that beautiful aggro deception. The most thing I've realized is you have one, two, three, four legendary inside the deck. So that's supposed to be interesting to see. So now let's go see card by card. Dark Knife. Spell. Cost 1. Give +3 strength to a friendly creature. Dark Knife is a very popular card in a lot of Deception deck because it costs only 1 mana to boost a creature of 3 strength. And the most interesting fact with that card, you can have it for free when you grind the game because this is inside of the core set. The price of the card is the lowest cost price like any card set. All card set is low price all the time. So this card is 20 cent USD in Ethereum token. So it's very interesting to have because it's useful in a lot of deception deck. Makeshift Chief Relic 1 attack 5 durability costs 1 mana. God Blitz can attack an enemy god immediately or an enemy creature immediately. Flank if a creature attack a frontline first. After that, all flank can be able to overpass the front line and attack the enemy god immediately or attack a backline. So that can be very useful. That is also interesting because you can have it for free when you grind the game because it's inside the core set extension. This price of the card is 7 cent USD in Ethereum and is the most popular card as well, including then Dark Knife because those two cards is most used in a lot of deception deck. Needle Fang Chameleon creature 2/2 costs 1 mana. Item for 1 turn. That's mean for 1 turn cannot be targeted by spell, ability, or attack. Create creature damaged by that creature get burn +1. So burn +1 mean 1 damage more at the end of the turn of the enemy turn before the regain. So burn plus one, that's mean burn one, one damage. Burn two, two damage. Burn three, three damage. So each time you attack, you deal damage to a creature, the burn is accumulative. So that is interesting. This card is from the Genesis extension card, and the price is $2.12 USD and Ethereum token for a rare card. So it's a bit not too high for rare, but interesting because it's just meteoric $2. So it's very interesting. Shadow of Leitanan, creature 1/1, cost 1 mana. At the end of your turn, this creature gain Iden. At the start of your turn, this creature deal 1 damage to the opponent god. This Shadow of Leitanan is the most popular card as well in a lot of Deception deck because I see it since this year a lot of time in low investment deck and in top best player deck. The most interesting fact with that creature, you can attack the enemy god, and at the end of your turn, you return Iden. So cannot be targeted by spell, ability, or attack. Only random enemy creature spell or strongest enemy creature. So that's so funny because it's a 1/1, so it's really rare. It can be targeted by lightning strike. And the most interesting fact is that at the start of your turn, it deals 1 damage at the opponent god as well. That Shadow of Leitanan is really costly a lot for a rare card is really costly because if you look to the price it's $26.93 USD and Ethereum token. So for a rare card that costs $26 is really expensive, but you can be lucky in the weekend ranking tournament. You can have a chance to have the trial extension card and have that card if you're lucky depending since when you start to play. But Shadow of Lebanon is very popular to have and useful in a lot of Deception deck. Stone Skin Poison spell costs 1 mana. Give order +3 to a creature, so when a creature is order, cannot attack, cannot use ability, cannot be targeted for attack it, but can be targeted by spell and ability, and burn +2. That means at the end of the controller turn, the creature get 2 damage at the end of the turn before the regain. Stone Skin Poison is also a very popular card in a lot of Deception deck from Order Light. So that's price of the card is 18 cent USD in Ethereum. So it's really not expensive because this is a common, but this is a very useful common because you have it in all Deception deck I mentioned a lot of time this year. Switch Duelist, creature, 3/1, cost 1 mana, Iden for 1 turn. That's mean for 1 turn is Iden, cannot be targeted by spell, ability, or attack. At the end of each turn, you swap this creature's strength and health. That means at the enemy turn, have 1 strength, 3 health. At your turn, have 3 strength, 1 health. At your turn, if you boost his strength, you gain more health at the enemy turn, so it's very useful. So with Dark Knife, it's interesting. This card is also a core set card, so that means you can grind the game to have it for free. The price of the card is 20 cent USD in Ethereum token. Very useful and popular in a lot of Deception deck as well. I see it this year for a lot of low investment deck and some top best player. Switch ULS is very useful, not cost a lot, and in all Deception deck. Armor Lurker, creature, 3/1, cost 2 mana. Iden until its first attack. That means cannot be targeted by spell, ability, or attack. Armor 2, have damage reduction of 2. After this creature lose Iden, you remove 1 armor from it. Or you can lose Iden. You just need to attack the first time and you lose Iden. So the good thing with that creature is you can kill three, uh, 2/3 in that case without kill that armor lurker the first time. And after that, you can kill just the one strength creature easily. But that armor lurker You can boost his strength and you can kill a big beast. And if you're lucky, you can boost his health. But in this deck, you cannot boost his health. It's Deception God. So in that particular case, you use it for iron and armor too. It's interesting. The cost of that the cost of that card is 88 cent USD in Ethereum token, so it's not that bad. And this is came from the Order Light extension card. Assassin Aim. Spell. Cost 2 mana. Give plus 3 strength and minus 1 health to your friendly creature. At the end of the turn, give it Iden. That Assassin's Aim is very useful, let's say, with a creature that have more health, let's say Needle Fang Chameleon, because Assassin Aim would give plus 3 strength to that creature and also minus 1 health. The most interesting fact, after the boost of the strength, you attack the enemy god, okay? And at the end of your turn, that creature become hidden. That means cannot be targeted by spell, ability, or attack. For the time is attack the next turn. If it's not attacking, it keep hidden. The cost of that core set card is 7 cent USD in Ethereum token. It's not that it's not costing a lot, but you can have it for free is a common, so you can have it in all deck you gain in all level with in God Unchained because this is a core set. So it's really interesting to have. You have more chance to have it. Heads or tails. Spell. Cost 2 mana. Randomly, either both god take 4 damage or just the opposing god take 3 damage. That's an interesting card to have from Genesis extension because Head or Tails is funny for me because you deal 4 damage to you and the enemy god or you just deal 3 damage to the enemy god. So you can have, it's really funny to have, but it's really useful because you deal 4 damage or 3 damage to the enemy god, but you just wish you don't kill yourself. This command is really not cost a lot because it's 80 cent USD in Ethereum token. I see it like in top best player, I think so, and some low investment last week. So heads or tails can be interesting to have because it start maybe to be popular in some deception deck. Umber Arrow. Spell. Cost 2 mana. Gain control of an enemy creature with strength or 2 or less until end of turn. Ember Arrow is really useful because you gain control of a creature at a strength of 2 or less, and after that you make it attack example an enemy creature that have less health or more strength. You make sure you kill both creature or one of them because your goal with casting 2 mana is just to sacrifice the creature you got to a big beast or kill a lowest beast to make sure you kill both or you kill one of them, but the one you control it. This card Umbrella is very popular in a lot of Deception deck. It's really useful and I see it play a lot of time when I play versus Deception. This card is come from Core Set. Is free to have, is a common, is easy to have because you can have it in each level you gain a pack, so you can have a big chance to have it because it's a common. The cost of the card is 11 cent USD in Ethereum token, so it's not that bad. First legendary inside the deck. Lady Marcella. Creature. 3/3. Cost 3 mana. When enter the battlefield, you summon 2 Rogue Skulkers with Deadly, and when Lady Marcella leave the battlefield and go to the Void, summon 2 Rogue Skulker with Deadly for your opponent. Lady Marcella can be useful because if you have an enemy that doesn't have armor 1, okay, you can kill all those creatures without armor 1. The big beast and the deadly finish the strike. But If you have a creature that have armor 1, those deadly is unuseful because the damage reduction doesn't trigger the deadly because it didn't deal the damage to the enemy, so you need to be tactical. So that case, Lady Marcella, I like it and I don't like it. I love it because I have 2 deadly for 3 mana. For free, you have 3 creature for 3 mana, so it's interesting for that part. The side effect I don't like is the afterlife, so you make sure your Lady Marcella try to stay alive a lot of time, not faster killer, but the enemy will try to kill it fast. So think smart. The price of the card is $6.15 USD in Ethereum token, so it's a bit costly for an order light legendary, but it's not really that high price for a legendary card. So maybe you can have it because it's not that high for the moment. So it can be useful because it's popular in all deception deck I see this year. Merrick, Keeper of the Many, creature, 2/3, cost 3 mana. Iden. Iden until its first attack. That means cannot be targeted by spell, ability, or attack. After a friendly creature attacks the opponent god, set this creature's strength to that creature's strength. Merrick, Keeper of the Many, is the second legendary and the most popular card in a lot of Deception deck and all Deception deck this year. And I need to tell you, you can have it for free in legendary pack of the core set when you gain level 10. Each 10 level, you gain maybe a legendary pack and you have a chance to have that card. But you can buy it because core set is not expensive, so it's always fun to have. But the only thing I need to tell you that legendary card is is more expensive than any card I see in core set, but is the lowest price is $3.66 in USD in Ethereum token, so it's not that expensive. Surprise delivery, spell, cost 3 mana, summon 3/0 attack 2 health explosive barrel for your opponent with burn 1. So at the end of the opponent turn, they receive 1 damage. Order 10, they cannot attack, they use ability, and they cannot be targeted by attack. And afterlife, deal 2 damage to your god, so deal 2 damage to the enemy god. Surprise Delivery is the most popular card in a lot of Deception deck because it's useful, because you make sure you put 3 creature in the enemy slot. That means they cannot put 6 creature in total on the board from their end. They just have a maximum of 3 creature on their end and 3 battle roll. The interesting fact after that, if after 2 turns they both 3 die after the enemy turn, the most interesting fact is at the enemy turn. So in the case for minimum of 2 turn, they block the creature slot. They deal 6 damage to the enemy god in totals because each barrel deal 2 damage to the enemy god. The surprise delivery can be useful and is not that much costly because the price of the card is 27 cent USD in Ethereum. It looks like a common price. So like common price in Magic for rare cards. So I suggest you to have it because is the most used in Deception deck like Myric, Keeper of the Many, Mary Marcella. So all popular Deception card is really used in a lot of Deception. Arms Dealer creature 3/3 costs 4 mana. Echo. You gain a copy of that creature that costs 1 mana and is a 1/1 that do the same thing. Not Echo, but the same ability. Item for 1 turn. That's mean for 1 turn cannot be targeted by spell, ability, or attack. At the start of your turn, expend 1 mana. If you do, give 1 strength to each friendly creature until the end of turn. Arms Dealer Arms dealers start to be popular in deception decks since the last month, I think so, because it's like weeks, I talk about Arms Dealer and Deception deck. So Arms Dealer start to be very popular and useful. Maybe I talk about Maple 2000 several times, and I think I talk about his deck several times. But Arms Dealer is very useful in Deception deck for my head, in my head, because Arms Dealer is boosts the strength of your friendly creature each turn, and you can put it 2 times for 5 mana. The cost of that Mortal Judgment extension card is 7 cent USD in Ethereum token, so it's not that costly to have it. So I think it's really interesting to buy it. The third legendary inside of the deck, creature 4/4, costs 4 mana, Iden. So it's Iden until its first attack. Iden means cannot be targeted by spell, ability, or attack. When enter the battlefield, a random enemy creature become confused and go to sleep. That means the enemy creature become confused. So that creature select a valid target randomly. Have 50% of chance to select another valid target that you selected. So in case it's attack another one that you don't want. And also it go to sleep. So in that case, not useful next turn. Avatar of Deception, like I can see at the moment, is maybe the most expensive card inside of the deck because this Genesis card is really interesting and powerful because this is an avatar and the avatar is popular in all God Unchained. So the price of that avatar is $108.18 USD Ethereum. So it's a bit it's really expensive for one card, but if you have a chance to have it, you're lucky. Pietro Miri Bandit. Creature 1/1. The 4 legendary inside the deck. Costs 4 mana. When enter the battlefield, you summon 2 random 1 mana war creatures, then you give item to each friendly creature. Preto Meri Bandit. You put it at the end of your turn, before you finish your turn, after you attack with all your creature, because you give item to each friendly creature when it's casted on the board. That's why. The second thing, you need to make sure you have 2 slot creature available for him as well. So in the case in total of 3 slot, Pretero and 2 other. The cost of that legendary card for Mortal Judgment is not that expensive. It's really low cost. It looks like Mirror Keeper of the Mini because the price is really low. It's $3.99 USD in Ethereum token. And that legendary is used in a lot of Deception deck. I think it's because Deception use some other domain and also need creature. So for 4 mana, a 3 creature is not bad. Now in the neutral card side, we have the most expensive card, Pyramid Warden. Creature, 2/6, costs 2 mana. Frontline. The enemy god needs to attack the front line first before attacking any other of your creature or your own god. Afterlife. When Pyramid Warden leave the battlefield, your opponent summon a random creature from their void. That's mean that Pyramid Warden is the most popular frontline in all God Unchained this year because I see it since January until now in all low investment deck and top best player. Why? Because the Pyramid Warden is 6 health and costs only 2 mana. This is a Genesis extension card. The price of the card is very expensive for a rare card, but it's very useful. That's why it's very popular. So it's $119.02 USD. So like you can see in God Unchained, it's not the rarity can change the price, but it's more the utility of the card and the popularity. Feral Shapeshifter. Creature. 4/4. Costs 4 mana. Iden for 1 turn. That's mean for 1 turn can be Iden. Cannot be targeted by attack, spell, or ability. When enter the battlefield, you deal 1 damage to an enemy creature that you select. That feral shapeshifter is interesting because it is inside a card set. That means you can have it for free in each level because it's a rare pack you need, because it's a rare. The price of the card is 29 cent USD in Ethereum token. The last card in this deck is Little Prowler, creature, 5/5, costs 5 mana, can't attack. Once per turn, after another friendly creature attack the target survive, this creature also attack that target. So in a case that creature, if you attack the enemy god and the enemy god survive, in a case the little prowler attack the enemy god. That's so powerful. And for 5 mana is interesting. Like you can see that deck have aggro deception. 1 mana, 11 card, 2 mana, 9 mana, 9 card, and the remaining is really low remaining card. The power used on that deck is Orpheal Distraction. Deal 1 damage to a creature and give it item until the end of turn. Cost 2 mana. The creator play 153 match, 63.4% of win rate. The overall is 194 match and 59.3% of win rate. So that is very powerful for that aggro deception for a low investment deck because when you play 153, that player got 60% of win rate. So that is awesome. So now let's talk about the low investment deck number 2. Low investment deck number 2, created by Vangelov, ranked player number 2. Like you can see, that player have most played deck is Heirloom Death. 73 win, 54 lose, 57.5% of win rate. The cost of the deck, like you can see, is not that high than the other one. It costs $222.86 USD in Ethereum token. Let's see what we have in that beautiful heirloom death. We have Blight Bomb. This spell costs 1 mana. Destroy a creature with health of 3 or less. Blood Bomb is very powerful because when you have a big beast, by example, and you put it to 3 health or less, you can destroy the remaining creature right away for 1 mana. Or you can kill Pierce Beetle for 1 mana at the first turn. So in case you can reduce the you can reduce the speed of the aggro nature or any aggro deck. Blood Bomb is very popular in a lot of deck because Blood Bomb is a core set that costs only 1 mana to destroy a 3 health creature or less. And is a core set. That means you can have it for free. And it's a common. You have more chance to have it in all deck that you can have in each level. The price of the card is 11 cent in USD Ethereum token. Brimstone. Spell. Costs 1 mana. Deal 2 damage to each god and you draw a card. Death is really popular to deal damage to each god most of the time to have an effect for itself. So this time you deal 2 damage to each god, but also you draw a card. This is a core set card. So in that means you can have Brimstone for free when you grind in the game each level because this is a common, like you can see again, you can have it in each deck, in each pack. The price of the card is really the lowest I see at the moment, 5 cent USD in Ethereum token. And now we have a proof that is the Anubian deck. So that is a beautiful Anubian deck. Pharaoh Heirloom. Spell. Cost 1 mana. Summon a 1/1 Wretched Vanguard. So this guy is a 1/1 creature that costs 1 mana, but you don't pay the mana. But when it's dead, you steal 1 health from your opponent god. That means you deal 1 damage to the opponent god and you gain 1 health. And if you pay 2 mana more when you click at the top right corner of the card, so Empower 2. So for 3 mana, you also summon a 2/2 Vile Reaver. The 2/2 Vile Reaver is a creature that have Blitz, so can attack an enemy creature immediately, and also have burn 1. So at the end of the turn, have 1 damage to itself. You don't care if it's an Anubian deck, you're supposed to have some creature that is some Princess of Taka, Ravaging Necromancer, some card that deal damage when an Anubian die. So that is awesome. This Pharaoh Heirloom is very popular in a lot of Anubian deck, and is not that high costy. It's a little common that is most used can be there in the deck or cannot be there because other card can give that card. The price of the card is 7 cent USD in Ethereum token. Very interesting to have also. Now, here, the Priestess of Tekka, the card I mentioned to you. The creature here is a 2/2 creature, costs only 1 mana. Whenever another Anubian die, deal 2 damage to your opponent god. That Princess of Taka is very powerful and useful in this deck. Is one of I don't see that. One of a gold to have in the board. Because that creature, when an Anubian die, you deal 2 damage to the opponent god each time. The price of the card is very expensive for a common, is $2.10 USD in Ethereum token. Very popular in a lot of Anubian deck, and I think is in all Anubian deck for the 2 damage done to your opponent god for each Anubian die from your side or the enemy side. Ragnarok spell costs 1 mana. Deal 3 damage to each god and give burn +3 to each creature. That Ragnarok is very powerful because if you have a big base on the enemy side, you can give burn +3 on them. That's mean at the end of the controller turn, that creature that have burn get 3 damage, get 1 damage for each burn on it. That's mean the burn +3 will deal 3 damage at the end of the controller turn to each creature that have burn +3. So all is creature. The most interesting fact with Ragnarok over here is deal 3 damage to each god, because you can heal yourself with some card in Anubian, like the Ferran Heirloom that casts a creature 1/1 that's still 1 health. The price of that Ragnarok is so expensive for a rare card I found at the moment, so I see it's very popular. So in the Anubian deck too, I think so. So it's $27.72 USD in Ethereum token. So Ragnarok is the Genesis card extension. So it's really expensive, but good. Raving Necromancer. Creature. 2/2. Costs 1 mana. After an Anubian die, you steal 1 health from your opponent god. So when you have Priestess of Taka and Raving Necromancer, you can do a beautiful Anubian deck. With that, you steal 1 health from your opponent god. So that means you deal 1 damage to the opponent god and you gain 1 health. That powerful command is a core set card, so that means you can have it for free when you grind in the game. The price of the card is 7 cent USD in Ethereum token. Untold Greed. Spell. Costs 1 mana. Destroy target friendly creature, and you draw 2 cards. That Untold Greed, why you destroy a friendly creature, is because your goal is to kill all your Anubian, not Raving Necromancer, not Princess of Taka, but all other Anubian. So the goal is to kill them and put it on the field when you draw them. You draw 2 cards, it's very interesting. And the interesting fact is a Genesis card set, a Genesis extension set, and is a rare card and is also a very expensive card, $21.30 USD in Ethereum token. So this card is not a goal of the card, but can helpful to draw a card. You still have Vile Reaver in the deck, a creature 2/2 that costs 1 mana. Blitz can attack an enemy creature immediately, burn 1 at the end of your turn, deal 1 damage to himself. Mortal Judgment. That is from the Mortal Judgment extension card, and the price of the card is 25 cent USD in Ethereum token. So that is not that expensive for a rare card. Curse of Greed. Spell. Cost 2 mana. Destroy an enemy creature with cost 3 or less. That means 3 mana or less. When you pay 2 more mana at the top right corner of the card and you click it, so that means you pay 4 mana, you add a Pharaoh Heirloom to your hand. And you can cast another 2 creature Anubian. Interesting. And that part's full Curse of Greed is also not expensive in the Mortal Judgment extension card set. The price is 11 cent USD in Ethereum token. It's not that high for a common, it's good to have. Dangerous Ritual. Spell. Cost 2 mana. Deal 4 damage to each god, and you draw a card. This is from Genesis extension card set. That dangerous ritual is a common. It can be useful in the Anubian deck because your goal is to deal more damage to the enemy god, and you can heal yourself with Raving Necromancer or with the Raving Necromancer or the other card that Feral Heirloom do, Wretched Vanguard. So in case you gain L with Wretched Vanguard die, or when Raving Necromancer see an Anubian die, so that is really powerful. So in case you deal 4 damage to the enemy god, maybe 4 to you, but you draw a card again to try to have another card that can deal damage, or maybe cast an Anubian. That common is very expensive, is $1.85 USD Ethereum token. So for a common, $1 very high price, interesting. Reach into the black. That spell costs 3 mana. You summon 3 random 1 mana Anubian from your void. That reach into the black is very useful because when Priestess of Tekka or Raving Necromancer die, they have a chance to return back on the field. That reach into black is very important inside of the Anubian deck because you know Priestess of Taka and Raving Necromancer will be the first target of the enemy. That rare card is not that high price. For a rare card is not expensive. It costs 38 cent USD in Ethereum token. So reach into the black is very useful and came from Mortal Judgment extension card. Vrock. Creature. Cost 3 mana. 4 strength, 2 health. When enter the battlefield or leave the battlefield, both players draw a card. That is a nether. This came from a core set, so you can have it for free. In that case, the price of that core set for sure is always low and is a common, so it costs 9 cent USD in Ethereum token. Not bad. The first Winter Wonderland extension card. Frost Queen Nephidus, the first legendary inside of the deck. Creature, 4/4, costs 4 mana. Each turn, after the first time, your opponent draw a card. Play a card. Use their god power and attack with their relic. Their god take 2 damage. So for each action, their god take 2 damage. Frost Queen Nephirus become very important in that Anubian deck because with that you can try to kill it at with low damage, but at 2 damage, 1 damage, 2 damage, 1 damage, a lot a lot of low damage everywhere. So you can kill it surely, slowly but surely. Frostgreen Nephirus is very expensive legendary card. $38.14 USD in Ethereum token. So for a death card in Winter Wonderland, I like it. For an Anubian deck is very powerful. Another card deck, other type of death deck, but I think for Anubian is very suitable. Land of the Dead. Spell. Cost 6 mana. Summon up to 6 1 mana Anubian from your void and give them Soulless. That's mean removed from the game when they die. That is a useful card to re-put back on Princess of Taka and Raving Necromancer on the field to finish the opponent. The price of that epic card is not that costly because you put the creature back with Soulless. That's mean removed from the game when they die. The price of the card is 15 cent USD in Ethereum token, so it's not that high price. The second legendary card inside of that Anubian deck for sure is Nefarious Champion of Death. Creature 3/5 costs 6 mana. When this creature is summoned, deal 3 damage to each other character, can be creature and god. When this creature leaves the battlefield, die. If your god has 15 health or less, you pull this creature into your hand and permanently reduce its cost by 1. So that card return back in your hand to recast it another time when you have 15 health or less. So that creature is really interesting to have. It's very powerful in depth, but it's not that, and it can be very powerful for the 3 damage in this Anubian deck. And I like you can see is the most costly card is $70.79 USD in Ethereum token. If you can have it in the Trial of Judgment extension card, you're lucky. It's very expensive, but you need to have it because the Nanubian deck is very powerful, like the Frost Queen Nephirus. Both Nephirus card is very powerful in Anubian deck. Those legendary card you can have it, like you cannot have it. You can survive without it, but you need both if you want to survive in Mythic. I think so. In the neutral card side, the only Anubian is Lootable Corpse. 0 attack, 1 health, costs 1 mana. When it's dead, you draw a card. That Lootable Corpse is an epic card that costs 9 cents only in Ethereum token. The power used is Blood Ritual. Destroy a creature with 1 health or an heal for 1. That means if you put the high creature to 1 health, you finish him with Blood Ritual and you heal your god for 1. Like you can see, this deck have 18 card in 1 mana, 4 card in 2 mana, 4 card in 3 mana, and 4 and 6 mana is still in 1 or 3. So it's still an aggro death card deck. The creator have 127 match, 57.5% of win rate. The overall is on 200 match, 58.5% of win rate. So for that low investment deck number 2, that is a very powerful card to have. A powerful deck is an Anubian deck. So now let's talk about the top best low investment number 1 deck. Here, the low investment deck number 1 is the low number of matches. That player is SUNSHINETL. I find it interesting because on last weekend tournament it was ranked player number 3. Why I find it interesting? Because all his play is Control War, Midrange War, Frenzy Aggro War is most of the time War deck. It's really interesting to follow his page because all his war deck is not that expensive. It's around $300 or less. So you have three principal legendary card I found interesting to have in each war deck. So now that's why maybe I take it. It's not because it's the most play deck because it's 31 match. It's not that high number of match, but I find it interesting for the way it goes. So that card is Savage Strike. Cost 1 mana. Deal 1 damage to each creature, and when you click at top right corner 2 mana more mana, you pay 2 more mana. Then you deal 2 damage to an enemy creature. That Savage Strike is very popular in a lot of war deck, budget deck, top best player, or low investment deck because it deals 3 damage to one creature and 1 damage to all of the creature for 3 mana. That card is from Mortal Judgment. It is a common and it costs really a number of money. Costs only 9 cent USD and Ethereum token. Wolf Cult Vanguard. Creature 3/1. Costs 2 mana. Blitz. Can attack an enemy creature immediately. Empower 2. Click at the top right corner of the card and pay 2 more mana. Give Twin Strike to that creature so can attack 2 times the same creature or 2 different creature. And also give 2 health to that creature. So that means for 4 mana is a 3/3 Blitz and Twin Strike. A very popular and powerful common card in War deck. Budget, low investment, and top best player. That price costs 15 cent USD in Ethereum token, so that's not bad. Woodcutter Imp. Creature 3/3. Costs 2 mana. God Blitz. Can attack an enemy god immediately or attack an enemy creature immediately when cast on the field. After this creature attack, your god take damage equal to the damage dealt. That Woodcutter Imp is the most popular card from Winter Wonderland extension card, and all war deck have it in a lot of low investment deck. That card costs more than a regular rare card, but it still need to increase in price. I'm sure about it because it's increased in popularity. The price is $4.11 USD in Ethereum token. It's not that bad. An End to War. Spell. Costs 3 mana. Pick one. Remove Protected and Ward from a creature, then deal damage to it. Or remove a creature damage from the game. If you have 5 or more creatures in your void, you do both. That and then to war is very powerful when you're near the end of the game, because when you have 5 or more creatures in your void, you can remove protect, ward, deal 2 damage to the big beast, remove it from the game. Or you need to attack the big beast, remove it from the game. Or you remove protect, you remove ward, you deal 2 damage on it, and you try to kill it because you remove protect and ward. So NN to Ward is really a popular card in a lot of war deck. I think more in low investment deck because it's really expensive. Epic card deck is from Verdict Judgment or Last Verdict maybe. The price of the card is $5.69 USD in Ethereum token. For Epic card, I find not that high price, but for $5 a little bit expensive. Iron-Born Disruptor. Creature 3/2. Costs 3 mana. When enter the battlefield, destroy your opponent relic immediately. So Iron-Born Disruptor is a card that I always say to have in any type of deck. A card to remove relic, or if you don't care, like the death. That's depending on your deck. But most of the deck try to have a card that remove relic, durability, or destroyed relic. This card is really one I think can be popular in a lot of war deck now because costs only 3 mana to destroy the enemy relic is awesome. It costs only 11 cent right now in Ethereum token, so it's very good. And it's maybe not a Viking, but it's really good. Devouring Blade. Relic. 4 attack, 1 durability. Costs 4 mana. God Blitz. Can attack an enemy god immediately or attack an enemy creature immediately. When this relic go to the void, you destroy a random creature. Can be an enemy creature or can be your own creature. So be careful when you play that card. That card is also a core set card. That means you can grind the game to have it for free. But the only thing you need to understand is the epic card. So you need to have it in the epic card pack in each fifth level, in each five level, I think so. The price of the card right now is 79 cent USD in Ethereum token, so it's really more expensive card for a core set card at the moment I found for epic card. Grand Owl, the first legendary inside the deck. Creature, 2/5, cost 4 mana. Frontline. When an enemy god the enemy god need to attack the front line first before attacking any other of your creature or your own god. This Grand Owl cannot attack, but when enter the battlefield, you give one strength and leech to each other friendly creature. So that means you boost the strength of one of all creature on the field and also give them leech. So that means each summon done by a leech creature is regained in health. So that is very awesome, legendary to have. That legendary doesn't cost that high, but now it's increased. It costs $7.48 USD in Ethereum token. White Fur Guard, creature, 5/4, cost 4 mana, frontline. That creature, the enemy god needs to attack the frontline first before attacking any other of your creature or your own god. Empower 1, when you click at top right corner of the card and pay 1 mana more, this creature gain protected. That means the first damage done on that creature is revoked. So for 5 mana is very awesome and popular for a common. Very, very popular. This is from Mortal Judgment, and this is cost 20 cent USD in Ethereum token. Here the card I mentioned to you in the other video, Carnage Sweep Spell, costs 5 mana. Deal 2 damage to all creatures. If you have a relic equipped, remove 3 durability and destroy all creatures instead. That card is very popular in a lot of war deck because you remove durability from 3 with Leviathan Hunter because that creature is a 2/1 that costs 1 mana. When it enters the battlefield, you equip a 1 attack and 1 durability Barbed Hook relic. If you control another Viking, you equip a 1 attack, 2 durability Barbed Hook instead. So that Leviathan Hunter costs 1 mana. You pay after that 5 mana, and you wipe the board immediately in just 6 mana. So that is really a good combination for War deck. So as this is awesome, Connor Sweep costs 9 cent USD and 8 rum token, and Leviathan Hunter is from Genesis extension card and costs $3.99 USD and 8 rum token. So that card is really awesome and powerful to have. Orcish Elite. Creature. 3/5. Cost 5 mana. Blitz. Can attack an enemy creature immediately. Twin Strike. Can attack 2 times the same creature or 2 different creatures. That Orcish Elite is very popular in a lot of war deck for a card set card extension deck. Extension card because Orcish Elite you can have it for free. In that particular case, that means you can grind any card from each level you gain. You can have a chance to have Orcish Elite. Is really an awesome common to have from card set. That card costs 7 cent USD in Ethereum token, so it's not that bad. The second legendary inside deck, Ertakus Brazen Hero, my favorite creature legendary in a lot of war deck, but that one is recost a lot. Is a creature 3/6 that costs 6 mana. At the end of your turn, you give 1 strength to this creature if it is in your hand. When enter the battlefield, that creature deals its strength as damage to an enemy creature you select. That's mean that creature gains strength each time it's in your hand the time before you cast it. So that is really awesome and powerful because it boosts a 3/6 to a 4/6, 5/6, 6 6, you don't cast it. 7 6, you don't cast it. 8 6, oh, I want it 10. So 9 6, 10 6, let's go. You deal 10 damage to big beast and you just deal 10 damage in the face of the enemy after next turn. So the Airtakis present hero is really awesome creature to have in a lot of war deck. The cost of that card is really expensive to the $3.01 USD Ethereum token. So I think it's real hard to have, but it's really expensive. Soul Survivor. Spell. Cost 6 mana. Give +3 strength to one of your creatures. Then deal its strength as damage to each other creature. That Soul Survivor came from Order Light extension card. That Soul Survivor is really powerful and awesome because when you have one creature remaining on the board, you give it 3 strength more and you deal all its strength after that in all other creature, including yours. That means you can wipe the board and finish the enemy god with the last creature you have. The price of that Soul Survivor is really not high. It's $2.07 USD in Ethereum token. Ares Runeblade Relic 6 attack, 3 durability, costs 8 mana. This is a core set card extension. God Blitz can attack the enemy god immediately or an enemy creature immediately. After you attack, deal 2 damage to each enemy character. Can be enemy god and enemy character again. So in the case you deal 8 damage in total to the enemy god and 2 damage to all other enemy creature. That card set card is really popular and awesome for my deck. Is a rare card that you can have it for free in rare pack that you grind when you play. The price of the card is 11 cent USD in Ethereum token, so it's not that high price as well. Now let's see what we have in neutral card. We have Leviathan Hunter, I've speak it early. Encumbered Looter, creature, 2/1, cost 2 mana, item for 1 turn. That means for 1 turn cannot be targeted by spell, ability, or cannot be attack. Afterlife, when this creature die, you draw a card. That Mortal Judgment card is a rare card that costs a little bit more than a common, but less than regular rare card, I think so. But it's a bit more expensive. It's 69 cent USD in Ethereum token. Now we see the most expensive card in the deck that you can replace it to reduce the cost. Pyramid Warden. Creature 2/6 that costs 2 mana. Frontline. An enemy god needs to attack the frontline first before attacking any other of your creature or your own god. Afterlife. Your opponent summon a random creature from their void. That means that Warden is really powerful for 6L and costs 2 mana, but costs too much money. $11 and $19 USD Ethereum token is from Genesis core set. So you can replace that Pyramid Warden for another card, I'm sure about it, but for the moment I don't know which one. Kaya Conduit of the God. Creature 5/2. This is the number third legendary in Sav's deck. That creature is a 5/2 that costs 6 mana. At the end of your turn, deal damage equal to your expended mana gem, split randomly among all enemy character. That Kaya Conduit of the God is really popular in other deck I see and I mentioned this week and can be really used in a lot of different deck. Can be like Deception deck or Magic deck or maybe War deck. But that Kaya Conduit of the God, that legendary, I need to understand. I will need to buy it maybe because it's not that high cost, $5.08 USD in Ethereum token, and you need to expend mana gem to split randomly all enemy characters. So it's really good. And this is from Mortal Judgment extension card. Amber Oni, the first, the unique card For Band of the Wolf. Band of the Wolf. Creature 5/7. Cost 7 mana. Leech. That creature deal damage. Gain that damage in health. I've burned 2. At the end of the turn, deal 2 damage at itself before the regain. But when enter the battlefield, deal 2 damage to each other creature, including yours, and give them burn +2. Oh, you give burn +2 to all your creature, but you have leech. Burn, burn, burn. Deal 2 damage and burn. Yeah, that card is not. It's not expensive. It's a common that costs $1.35. It's more expensive for a common card, but it's really interesting because this is just the start of the card set of well of the band. So don't worry, the card can reduce or increase. The power used is summon a 1/1 Valknir Raider, costs 2 mana, Valkyr Presence, and the creator have 30 match, 76.7% of win rates, and the overall is 31 match, 74.2% of win rate. So this is really a low number of match, but this is the start of Wolf Band Band of the Wolf extension card. So next week, I'm sure we'll find some extension card Wolf of the Band in the next popular card top 5 player or low investment deck or some budget deck. So stay tuned on the little conclusion. Thank you for watching Forbidden God channel. Here your favorite host G-Blade 514. I wish today you have learned a very excellent low investment deck. 5 of them is interesting. I wish you will have find your satisfaction in this beautiful video for the low investment deck. So G-Blade 514 say thank you to all of you. So if you want to support me, don't forget to add a supportive thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of upcoming video release. So now I wish you everybody to have a wonderful God of Chain ranking weekend tournament and good luck. Have a wonderful day and wonderful evening. Ciao ciao.